A new star has arrived in the world of boxing. Many believe he combines the raw aggression of Gervonta Davis with the defensive brilliance of Floyd Mayweather. His name is Raymond Ford, known to fans around the world as the Savage. On the attack, Ford is ruthless and calculated, a dangerous underdog with the hunger to dethrone one of the greatest fighters alive. People are whispering one shocking prediction. Could this man be the one to end Naoya Inoue's reign of terror? Raymond Ford has been destroying opponents with his vicious right hook, leaving bodies behind like a trail of reminders. The Philadelphia assassin comes from a proud American boxing tradition. He fights with confidence, skill, and a fearless heart that refuses to back down. Many fans believe he might just have what it takes to hand Naoya Inoue his first professional loss. This is not just fighting. For Ford, this is art, violent, beautiful, and real. Let's take a closer look. Raymond Ford grew up in the tough streets of Camden, New Jersey. His past is filled with challenges, but his rise through the sport has been nothing short of miraculous. Within just 5 years as a professional, he captured titles in both the featherweight and super featherweight divisions. But now, standing before him, is a monster. Before this clash, Naoya Inoue put on a frightening display of power against TJ Doheny. In September 2024, Inoue dominated Doheny so brutally that the Irishman was rushed to the hospital with severe back injuries. Once cocky and confident, Doheny was reduced to a broken man before the Tokyo crowd. From the opening bell, Inoue attacked with thunderous right hands. Doheny, who had a reputation for his dangerous left hook, tried to trade shots, but Inoue's timing was precise and cold. The crowd roared as both fighters exchanged punches, but only one looked in control. As the rounds progressed, the fight turned into a high-speed chess match in the center of the ring. Inoue's power shots found their mark again and again, and Doheny's body began to give up under the relentless pressure. Each time Inoue landed clean, Doheny staggered. The Japanese star's accuracy was frightening. His punches crashed into Doheny's ribs and skull with surgical precision. The Irishman, once defiant, began to search for corners of the ring that could hide him. But there was nowhere to run. By the 6th round, Doheny was barely standing. Inoue's right hand had turned into a hammer, crushing everything it touched. The crowd gasped as Doheny's body twisted in pain. He could hardly walk back to his corner at the end of the round. Then came the 7th. Inoue unleashed a barrage of body shots that made Doheny bend and clutch his back in agony before taking a knee. It was the end. The referee stopped the fight as Doheny winced and held his spine. The monster had broken him, literally. Even Inoue, after the victory, showed no joy. His expression was cold, almost disappointed. It was as if he expected more from his prey. In 2024, Raymond Ford made his own statement. He fought Uzbekistan's Otabek Kolmatov for the world title and stopped him with only 7 seconds remaining in the fight. The world witnessed the birth of a new champion. Fast forward to April 2025. Ford stepped up again, moving to the super featherweight division to face the dangerous Puerto Rican Orlando Gonzalez at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. From the opening round, Ford followed his philosophy: hit and don't get hit. His southpaw jab snapped through the air with speed and accuracy. He mixed jabs, hooks, and combinations with total control. Gonzalez, though experienced, was caught off guard by Ford's rhythm. Ford's left hand began to slice through the defense of his opponent. His timing was impeccable, and his footwork smooth. Then came the moment the crowd had been waiting for. In the second round, Ford landed a crisp left hook, followed by a perfect right hand that sent Gonzalez crashing to the canvas. The crowd erupted. Gonzalez stood up, shaking his head in disbelief. Ford smelled blood and pressed forward. The Puerto Rican tried to respond, but his punches lacked conviction. Ford's body shots began to break him down. By the third round, Gonzalez was in survival mode. Ford continued to attack the body, forcing him to move constantly. The crowd cheered every shot that landed. Gonzalez was tough, refusing to quit, but his body language told the story. Then came a vicious right hook that made Gonzalez stumble and grab onto Ford just to stay upright. Ford didn't let him rest. He followed with an explosive combination that left the Puerto Rican dazed and wobbling. Gonzalez's eyes showed panic. His legs betrayed him. Ford was relentless, throwing power shots from every angle. The bell saved Gonzalez from total destruction that night. But everyone in the arena knew the truth. Raymond Ford had arrived as a serious force. That victory crowned him the WBA Continental North America Super Featherweight Champion. His nickname, the Savage, had never been more fitting. Meanwhile, Naoya Inoue was preparing for another storm of violence. His bout against the Filipino warrior Marlon Tapales became an instant classic. From the opening bell, Tapales charged forward, hoping to land that one big punch to shock the Tokyo crowd. The Japanese fans held their breath as both men exchanged bombs. But Inoue's precision began to show. He studied every move, waiting for the perfect moment. Then, the monster struck. Inoue unleashed a combination of hooks and uppercuts that sent Tapales crashing to the floor. The Filipino rose, dazed but unbroken, determined to fight on. The crowd could feel the tension rising. Inoue taunted his rival, firing jabs and crossing blows with speed that seemed unreal. His punches landed with the weight of a man possessed. Tapales fought bravely, answering back with his own shots, but Inoue's accuracy was too much. By the middle rounds, Tapales' face was swollen, his movements slower. Still, he refused to fall. It turned into a brutal test of endurance and will. Then came round 10. Inoue found the opening he was waiting for. A massive right hand crashed into Tapales' jaw. The Filipino's legs gave way. Another right followed, and Tapales fell to his knees, eyes glassy and distant. The crowd gasped as the referee waved it off. The monster had done it again. Naoya Inoue became the first ever undisputed super bantamweight champion and joined Terence Crawford as one of the few men in boxing history to unify two divisions. With 19 knockouts in 21 title fights, Inoue's knockout rate stood at an unbelievable 90%. He was a living legend, a modern-day samurai. But in America, another storm was brewing. Raymond Ford continued to climb. In 2023, he faced Jesse Magdaleno, a former world champion who was desperate for redemption. Ford, however, had no plans to let him rebuild his legacy. From the first bell, Ford's jab found its mark. Magdaleno struggled to match the speed. Every time he tried to attack, Ford countered with pinpoint precision. The difference in skill was clear. In the second round, Ford landed a sharp left hook that made Magdaleno's legs buckle. The crowd roared as Ford pressed forward, his confidence growing with every strike. Magdaleno tried to rally back, but Ford's defense was too sharp. He slipped punches effortlessly, responding with stinging counters. Ford's combinations looked like something out of a highlight reel. His movement was smooth, his accuracy frightening. A clean left found Magdaleno's jaw again, forcing him to take a knee. But Ford was not satisfied. He wanted the knockout. He pressed forward, delivering a storm of punches that left Magdaleno dazed and helpless. A right hook shook him again, and Ford smelled the finish. His relentless assault forced Magdaleno into survival mode. Each time the veteran tried to fight back, Ford met him with sharper, faster counters. The crowd knew it was over before the referee stepped in. Raymond Ford had once again made a statement. After the fight, Ford didn't celebrate wildly. He simply announced his next goal. He was coming for the king, Naoya Inoue. Now, in 2025, the world of boxing holds its breath. The monster and the savage are set to collide. One is a disciplined warrior forged in Japan's quiet discipline and chaos. The other is an American fighter born in hardship, molded by the streets, and driven by hunger. Their meeting could change boxing forever. Inoue has faced many great challengers, but never one quite like Ford. The American's combination of speed, defense, and power mirrors some of the best fighters in history. His ability to adapt mid-fight and break opponents down systematically makes him a true threat. But the monster is not just a name. Inoue's punches carry the weight of history. Every shot has the intent to destroy. His footwork, timing, and accuracy have made world-class fighters look ordinary. He is methodical, merciless, and almost machine-like. If Ford can survive the early rounds, he might find openings as Inoue slows, but doing so requires perfection. One mistake against the monster could mean disaster. Fans and analysts are divided. Some say Ford's youth, hunger, and southpaw stance could trouble Inoue. Others believe that experience, precision, and raw power will allow Inoue to dominate yet again. Whatever happens, the night promises to be unforgettable. If Ford wins, he will become the first man to defeat Naoya Inoue and instantly join the ranks of legends. If he loses, he will still have earned the respect of the boxing world for daring to face the monster head-on. Either way, history will be written inside that ring. As the bell prepares to ring, two warriors stand on the edge of destiny. One fights to protect his legacy. The other fights to build his own. The monster. The savage. One final confrontation. This could be Naoya Inoue's last fight. So, do you believe the savage has what it takes to slay the monster? Let us know in the comments, and remember to like and subscribe for more stories from the heart of boxing.